We're going to continue to expand globally.
Andy Byron, CEO of a billion-dollar AI company, and Kristen Cabot, his head of human resources, were seen shrinking in panic at the concert.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
It didn't go down under the stadium lights. It exploded the next morning. The sun came up and Andy Byron woke to a brutal reality. He was no longer the CEO of a billion-dollar tech giant. His LinkedIn, scrubbed clean, company email, deactivated. Calendar full of high-stakes investor calls, completely wiped. What kicked off as a Coldplay concert had twisted into a corporate disaster. And insiders say the breaking point wasn't even the kiss cam moment. It was what Andy pulled after the fact. According to multiple sources, the now former astronomer CEO went straight for the woman who filmed that viral clip, demanding she delete it immediately. And he didn't just ask once, oh no, he came back again and again. Sources say this wasn't some polite DM. This was a meltdown in real time. One industry insider described it as keyboard warrior energy that went full scorched earth. But to get why Andy blew up like this, you have to rewind to the exact moment his world went up in flames. 15 blurry seconds on a giant jumbotron, a quick jab from Chris Martin, and an entire stadium laughing while the internet started taking receipts. That night started like any other. Coldplay fans packed into Gillette Stadium, ready for a feel-good night of music. But when the kiss cam locked onto a man and a woman sitting just a little too close, the vibe shifted. That man, Andy Byron. And right beside him, Kristen Kitt, Astronomer's head of HR. When their faces flashed across the screen, Kristen turned away while Andy froze. The crowd might have let it slide.
It could have never guessed that it would be such high-profile individuals in the video. I do feel sorry for their partners and spouses that they had to find out this.
Until Chris Martin dropped the mic, literally and figuratively, with either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. The stadium erupted in laughter. Down in the crowd, 28-year-old Grace Springer caught it all on her phone. She didn't know who they were, but she knew it looked shady. She tossed the clip on TikTok with a snarky caption, then went to sleep, not realizing she just lit the fuse. When Grace woke up, her phone was blowing up. The clip had racked up 20 million views in a single night, and within a week, it skyrocketed past 53 million. Sources now call it the most viral kiss cam moment in internet history. And Grace? She had just become the accidental whistleblower behind one of Silicon Valley's messiest scandals ever. This is where the cracks started showing. Fast. Internet detectives wasted no time. Within hours, they had names: Andy Byron and Kristen Kitt. And what they uncovered made the clip go from funny to a full-blown inferno. Turns out both were married to other people. Andy had a wife and 2 teenage kids. Kristen, records showed she had just bought property with her husband. As one industry insider put it, this wasn't PDA. This was the most public-private moment they could have had. And it didn't stop there. Fans began connecting dots. Kristen's HR role, Andy's CEO title, and old footage of them at conferences, laughing way too comfortably for just coworkers.
I think if they had not tried to hide, Coldplay would have moved on?
100%. I think if they acted natural, no one would have thought twice. What a cute couple. I mean, I'm sure people in their inner circle might have caught something, but I definitely wouldn't have posted that video if the reaction wasn't the way that.
Suddenly, this wasn't gossip anymore. This was a scandal with real-life fallout. Insiders say Andy saw it coming, and that's why he didn't go silent. He zeroed in on Grace hard. Reports say he didn't just message her once, he spiraled. According to multiple accounts, he accused her of invading his privacy, ruining his reputation, and destroying his life. Screenshots shared by Grace, later confirmed by people close to the situation, showed his tone flipping between angry, desperate, and borderline threatening. He demanded she take the video down immediately. One source told me this wasn't just about deleting a post. Andy wanted someone to blame. But Grace? She didn't back down. She kept it calm, reminding him the video was filmed in public at a public event, and she had every right to post it. She never insulted him, never escalated. She just drew the line, and that allegedly is what pushed Andy over the edge. According to legal insiders, Andy didn't just blow up Grace's DMs, he escalated it to the big guns. He had his lawyers fire off a formal cease and desist, threatening to drag her into court if she didn't take the video down. The accusations: defamation and invasion of privacy. But here's the twist. Legal experts say he had no real case. The footage was shot in public, totally legal, and showed exactly what the entire stadium saw live. Still, that didn't stop Andy from trying to muscle her into silence behind closed doors. Then came the bombshell. Grace, in a now deleted Instagram story, dropped a blurred screenshot with the chilling caption, "There's a way we can make this go away." Fans lost it. Speculation exploded that someone from Andy's camp had slid in with a hush money offer to erase the clip from the internet. She never named names, never mentioned an amount, but the implication was loud. Online sleuths pointed out the timing matched up perfectly with messages she reportedly received right after the cease and desist.
I spoke with workplace expert Stephen Viscusi.
This requires, to me, not one, but 2 resignations.
Some swore the offer was 6 figures. Others claimed it wasn't even cash, but career hookups or a full-blown PR cleanup package. None of it confirmed Boadies, but the rumor alone lit the internet on fire. Andy's side never said a word, but people close to Grace say the behind-the-scenes pressure was relentless. One outraged fan posted, "This man has a wife, kids who are gonna see this one day, and instead of owning it, he tries to buy his way out." Another wrote, "You cheat at a concert, get caught, and then try to bribe the person who filmed it? Hollywood couldn't write this better." While Andy stumbled, Grace soared. Practically overnight, she went from anonymous concert goer to internet icon. Fan accounts with names like Springer Justice and Kiss Cam Queen started popping up. Twitter threads praised her calm clapbacks, TikTok remixes zoomed in on Andy's frozen face, and some even turned her post into fake movie trailers with dramatic music. Grace stayed mostly quiet, but in one rare interview she admitted, "If they just smiled or waved, I wouldn't have posted it, but they looked guilty. That's why I hit upload." She swore it wasn't about clout, it was instinct. And that instinct turned into the internet rallying behind her. Media analysts later confirmed her TikTok wasn't just viral, it became the most viewed non-celebrity upload of the month, and brands were already watching. Reports say Grace's life flipped overnight. From random concert goer to a hot commodity, she was suddenly getting podcast offers, brand partnerships, even pitches for a short docuseries, all off a 16-second clip. While Andy scrambled to wipe the internet clean, the internet was busy rolling out the red carpet for Grace. As one commenter summed it up, "He lost everything. She gained a platform. Neither saw it coming." Meanwhile, insiders claim Andy's wife didn't just hit unfollow, she erased him from her life in record time. Within days of the video going nuclear, every trace of Andy vanished from her Instagram. She reportedly switched back to her maiden name and went completely silent online. No captions, no statements, nothing. And that silence? It spoke louder than any public rant ever could. People knew instantly. This marriage was done, but the fallout didn't stop with her. Sources say Andy's 2 teenage kids got caught in the blast radius. Word from their school district is the scandal spread so fast that by Monday morning, classmates were already making memes, swapping screenshots, and editing Coldplay TikToks starring their dad. One commenter nailed it. "Imagine being 15 and watching your father go viral for cheating at a concert. Not just viral, but memified into music videos." Kristen Kitt, the HR at the center of the footage, didn't escape either. Reports claim her own husband found out the exact same way the rest of us did, on TikTok. According to a source in her extended circle, he didn't even know she was at the concert. He thought she was out with co-workers. When the clip exploded, the fallout was instant. Kristen was reportedly put on immediate leave while Astronomer launched an internal review. Now, word is she's still negotiating a quiet exit, but here's the kicker. Insiders say she's allegedly using private DMs and messages with Andy as leverage. It's not just a breakup. It's a full-on corporate divorce meets tech soap opera. One industry analyst put it bluntly, and the ripple effects? They were brutal. According to leaked internal Slack messages shared anonymously, Astronomer employees were already cracking jokes about the Kiss Cam clip before HR could even push out a company-wide memo. One message read, "Our ethics training this quarter is just gonna be that video on loop." Another employee reportedly chimed in, "So HR was hooking up with the CEO while making us sign conflict of interest disclosures?" The board of Astronomer was said to be blindsided, in need or at least playing dumb. Insiders claim one board member had raised red flags about Andy and Kristen months earlier, warning it could blow up as a major conflict of interest. Kristen was, after all, the head of HR, the very department meant to enforce rules and protect company ethics. But according to one former staffer, nothing happened. No warnings, no audits, just vibes and silence. Now, the silence is gone, replaced with chaos. Investors are furious. Reports say at least 3 major clients have walked and one big funding round has been put on ice indefinitely. Our experts say the brand is in full-on damage control, but it may already be beyond saving. As one consultant explained, it's not just about cheating, it's about judgment, it's about leadership, and it's about a board that looked the other way. With lawsuits brewing, investors whispering, and employee morale at rock bottom, Astronomer has turned into a masterclass in how not to handle a viral scandal. And here's where the mess jumped from personal to global. Sources close to the production team claim Andy Byron's lawyers didn't just target Grace Springer. They allegedly went after the concert organizers and even Coldplay's own management. The goal? Kill the footage at the source. One insider called the request aggressive and totally unrealistic, saying Andy's camp actually wanted the band to issue takedown orders for anything tied to the kiss cam moment. Coldplay wasn't about to play along, at least not in public, but fans spotted something weird at their very next stadium show. The kiss cam segment was gone. No camera, no cute couples, no cheeky jokes. It was like it never existed. According to a source close to the tour crew, this was no coincidence. The band wanted to dodge another PR mess. One insider even joked, Andy tanked the whole segment for everyone. And then came the jab. Later that week, Chris Martin reportedly told the crowd, "Let's keep the love in the air, the kind that's legal." The place erupted. Online, people dubbed it the softest burn in rock history. But it wasn't just Coldplay fans dragging Andy. The entire internet was on him. Memes were endless. One viral video deep-faked his face onto Chris Martin's body singing, "Nobody said it was easy," while ducking a CGI Jumbotron. Another edited him into Titanic, clinging to a kiss cam as the ship went down. While Andy kept his mouth shut, insiders say he saw every single one, and he hated it. One source claimed, "He's furious, but he can't do a thing about it." Reports even suggest multiple PR firms have flat out refused to work with him since the scandal blew up. "He's radioactive," one tech recruiter said. "You can't even mention his name in a hiring meeting without people either laughing or cringing." And the whispers in the industry just kept getting nastier. Some sources say Andy's been trying to pitch new ventures under fake names, but one insider was blunt. Doesn't matter if he changes his name, that video's forever, it's 2025. Screenshots don't disappear and Google doesn't forgive. The biggest sting, though, it came from inside his own walls. Company insiders now claim Andy and Kristen's relationship had been an open secret for months. And the board didn't just miss it. They didn't just miss it, they allegedly ignored it. According to one leaked email obtained by journalists, a junior staffer had raised concerns about unusual closeness between senior leadership months before the kiss cam ever happened. This was back in March, but instead of action, nothing. No investigation, no follow-up. The message got buried in a random thread about Q1 marketing spend. This wasn't just an affair, one former executive said. It was a cultural failure. The very people tasked with enforcing ethics were the ones breaking them. And while Kristen quietly worked on negotiating her exit, reportedly armed with screenshots, emails, and receipts, Andy's career was already falling apart in slow motion. No statement, no apology, no spin, just digital silence. As one viral tweet roasted him, Andy Byron went from CEO to ghost faster than Coldplay pulled that kiss cam segment. And here's the wild part. Insiders say this might not even be the end. Word is, Astronomer's internal investigation isn't just about the affair, they're digging into everything that may have been swept under the rug. Industry sources claim Andy Byron is now officially untouchable, not just unemployed, unrehirable. Venture capital firms, startup incubators, advisory boards, all allegedly steering clear. One executive recruiter told reporters he could apply under a fake name and we'd still pass. And it's not just the cheating, it's the judgment, the ego, the sheer absurdity of trying to sue a concert goer after being caught in 4K on a stadium Jumbotron. That was the final nail in the coffin. One PR source summed it up. In 2025, scandals don't die. They get archived, indexed, and dropped in group chats for years. Andy hasn't touched social media since. His company bio is gone. No apology, no interview. Not even a vague LinkedIn, "I've learned so much" comeback post. And maybe that's the smartest thing he's done, because right now his name is searched alongside Coldplay Kiss Cam more than anything he actually built. When your legacy becomes more meme than mogul, silence might be your only PR strategy left. Kristen Kitt's exit deal still in limbo. Insiders claim she's pushing for a quiet severance, no public statement, and rumors say she's sitting on screenshots to back her demands. The board, already roasted for ignoring warning signs, is allegedly trying to wrap it up fast to avoid even more leaks. Inside Astronomer, it's chaos. Slack channels are dead quiet, employees are bailing, investors are demanding answers. One worker described the vibe as post-apocalyptic but with nicer lighting. Others are already leaking old emails suggesting this wasn't the only questionable leadership behavior that got a free pass. This story shook the entire company, and not just because of what went down at Coldplay. As one former product manager put it, It proved the leadership thought they were untouchable. Turns out, all it took to topple them was one camera, one TikTok upload, and the internet's appetite for a good scandal. The irony? Astronomer built tools to track public sentiment, yet they never saw their own downfall coming. And Grace Springer? She's thriving. What started as a phone video at a concert became a platform. Reports say she's now in talks for a podcast, has brand deals on the table, and might even be developing a limited-run documentary. In a rare interview, she shrugged, "I didn't do anything special. I just pressed record." But the world disagreed. Fans crowned her the accidental accountability queen. And here's the kicker, she never monetized the original post. "I just wanted people to see it," she said. And they did, 53 million of them. In today's world of curated influencers and staged drama, sometimes all it takes is being in the right place at the wrong time and having the guts to post it. That one clip didn't just out a cheating scandal, it exposed a company's cracks, unmasked a culture of silence, and reminded everyone that cameras don't blink. So what now? Andy's still hiding, Kristen's still negotiating, astronomers still unraveling, and Coldplay? That kiss cam's probably gone for good. But the real legacy isn't just corporate, it's cultural. One unscripted moment ripped away the facade, forced accountability, and proved something everyone knows but rarely admits: the internet never forgets. And if you're foolish enough to pretend it will, well, that's how you become the main character. If you want more wild, true stories just like this, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.